As you also rightly mentioned, the key EU member states and EU itself should actually change the attitude. Not a little bit, but I think dramatically and totally. And enlargement is not only important for the candidate countries, but also for European Union, particularly in today's world. And the integration of remaining Balkan countries to Euro-Atlantic organization is also very important for the stability. Thank you very much. And our next speaker is Mr. Dorin Reseyin, Prime Minister of Moldova. Mr. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Vice President. And I'd like to start by thanking Turkey for organizing this Antalya Diplomasi Forum. The very challenges that we are going through now.
Contributions in the first round, and I would like to ask them to share very briefly their personal opinions on what role diplomacy can play in fostering cooperation in this evolving landscape. And since we have so many young diplomats, policymakers, and candidates, what skills and expertise diplomats and policymakers require to effectively navigate the complexities of a multipolar world order?
Participants, it is clear that we are going through a new period from the bipolar world of the Cold War to unipolar moment, and then now we are in a multipolar world. This multipolar world is not good or bad in itself, I believe. It depends on our actions and approach to these new realities. If we position multipolarism as a ground for confrontation, conflict, and lack of dialogue, unilateral actions, then it is not good for us, of course. But if a multipolar world leads us to multiple channels of communication and diplomacy, multiple rules for a more fairer, actually, world, then multipolarism may not be so bad, actually, for the future of, or for our common future. And it is not a destiny. I would like to underline that we don't have a automatic or a mechanism, a structural process that is beyond our will and efforts. It all depends on our efforts. And we live in a time in which no individual country can determine the future, of course. We need to talk more, we need to cooperate more and prepare ourselves for a better future for humanity. And in that context, I do also believe that leadership matters, actually. And the President Erdogan's call for a fairer world and a world which is bigger than 5 is even more meaningful in this new context. Coming to the diplomats, I mean, these new times, of course, requires a new profile for diplomats, in my assessment. Probably we will need more diplomats from the fields of economy and technology, actually, because in today's world, it is not just security, it is also economy, technological changes that requires a more specialization on these fields. And also we need diplomats that go beyond traditional, conventional negotiation skills. We need diplomats that understand history more, that can go in depth in cultural, actually, differences. Artificial intelligence is, of course, very important, but cultural intelligence is also very important. Historical intelligence is also very important. So new diplomats need to understand new technologies, but also the history, the culture of people to overcome the difficulties with more diplomatic skills. We need more from diplomats, not less, in this new environment. And I would also like to underline that not only like-minded countries or governments should speak to each other, the countries that have different perspectives, different views should also come together and speak. We cannot isolate ourselves from these diplomatic, platforms. So what we need is more bridges, not more walls in this new era, and diplomats can contribute a lot to this environment for our common future, which will be more rule-based, multilateral, and more fair and balanced, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very